We all are going to die one day, not someday in the distant future, not at the end of a perfectly planned life. One day. And that one day could be any moment. Pause here. Let that truth sit inside you for a second, not as fear, not as drama, but as reality. Because it's not dark, it's honest. Every breath you're taking right now is borrowed. Every heartbeat is happening without your permission. Every morning you wake up is not guaranteed, it's gifted. And yet, we live as if we have time, endless time, as if life owes us tomorrow. We postpone joy, we delay love, we save our dreams for one day. We silence our truth because now feels inconvenient. We live in survival mode, not living mode. Think about it. If tonight was your last night, would you still worry about the message you didn't reply to perfectly? Would you still be holding on to that resentment? Would you still be shrinking yourself to fit into places that never felt like home? Or would you finally exhale? From the moment we're born, we're taught how to prepare for life, but almost never taught how to live it. We're taught to be practical, to be realistic, to be safe, to not risk too much, to not feel too deeply, to not want too much, and slowly, silently, we start treating life like a rehearsal, as if there's a real version coming later. But this is it. This moment, this breath, this version of you. There is no later where you magically become braver. There is no future moment where fear disappears completely. There is no perfect alignment where everything feels safe enough to finally live fully. Life only exists in now, and now is fragile. The truth is, death is not the enemy. Unlived life is. What actually hurts isn't that life ends. What hurts is realizing how much of it we spent distracted, disconnected, and afraid. Afraid of being judged, afraid of being misunderstood, afraid of being seen, afraid of losing people. Afraid of choosing ourselves. So we trade our aliveness for approval. We trade our truth for comfort. We trade our intuition for familiarity. And we call it normal. Look around. So many people are breathing but not alive, existing but not present, scrolling through life instead of touching it. We wake up already tired. We move through days on autopilot. We fall asleep promising ourselves tomorrow will be different, but tomorrow keeps moving. Here's the quiet truth. No one says out loud. You don't need a near-death experience to wake up. You don't need loss to understand life's value. You don't need tragedy to give yourself permission to live. You only need honesty. Honesty with yourself about how much you're holding back. Honesty about the conversations you're avoiding. Honesty about the life you're settling for. If you knew, truly knew, that this week was your last week, how would you move through it? You'd slow down. You'd look into people's eyes longer. You'd listen without waiting to respond. You'd touch life with reverence. You wouldn't rush through moments. You wouldn't waste energy on things that don't matter. You wouldn't carry resentment like a badge of honor. You'd forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. You'd say, I love you. Without protecting yourself from vulnerability, you'd express gratitude without holding back. You'd stop pretending you're okay when you're not. So why wait for death to teach you how to live? Why do we only awaken when life shakes us? What if the awareness of impermanence wasn't a threat, but a teacher? Because once you truly accept that everything ends, something magical happens. You stop clinging. You stop controlling. You stop trying to freeze moments. You start experiencing them. You taste your food instead of rushing through it. You feel the wind instead of ignoring it. You notice laughter, silence, warmth, sadness. All of it. You stop labeling emotions as good or bad. You just let them move through you. Living fully doesn't mean chasing happiness every second. It means being fully present with whatever is here. Joy when joy arrives, grief when grief visits, stillness when stillness comes, nothing resisted, nothing suppressed. Most people are not afraid of death. They are afraid of regret, regret of not saying what mattered, regret of not choosing themselves, regret of living someone else's expectations. Regret whispers quietly at first, and then one day it screams. But you don't have to carry that. Living fully doesn't require dramatic changes overnight. It begins with subtle shifts. Choosing honesty over politeness, choosing alignment over approval, choosing depth over distraction. It means asking yourself gently and often, am I truly here right now? Because the present moment is the only place life happens, not in memories, not in plans, but here. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow or disappear into the mountains to live fully. Living fully can look like presence in ordinary moments. drinking your tea without scrolling, walking without rushing, listening without interrupting, resting without guilt. It's choosing quality of awareness over quantity of achievements. And when you live this way, fear loses its grip. Not because fear disappears, but because meaning becomes stronger. You stop needing everything to make sense. You stop demanding certainty from a universe built on change. You trust life not because it's predictable, but because you're present. And something else happens too. You become kinder. When you remember that everyone is temporary, patience grows. When you realize people are fighting invisible battles, compassion deepens. When you accept that nothing is permanent, gratitude naturally arises. You stop taking people for granted. You stop assuming time will fix things. You stop postponing connection, because one day someone you love will be a memory. And one day you will be one too. Not in a morbid way, in a sacred way. Life becomes sacred when you realize it's fragile. And maybe the purpose of life was never about success, productivity, or perfection. Maybe it was about presence, about love, about experiencing this human journey with awareness. Maybe we weren't meant to conquer life, but to feel it. So let today be different, not because everything changes, but because you do. Let today be the day you stop waiting, stop postponing joy, stop delaying truth, say what matters, choose what aligns, release what no longer belongs. Live in a way that if death came knocking, you wouldn't panic. You'd bow in gratitude, not because you did everything, but because you lived, fully, consciously, honestly. Because life is not measured in years. It's measured in moments you were truly present, and this moment is still alive. So breathe, look around, feel your heartbeat, you're here, and that is everything. We all are gonna. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video, and do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you feel connected with this content. Good luck, and stay safe.